Well, I've done it again, bought another boat, a little GP14, and we're picking it up. It's not far to tow, dodgy old trailer. Owen Dawes is thinking, what is going on? But there she is, needs a little bit of TLC. But I got off a very nice man called Andy for £100. So I don't think there's much to do. I'm going to take that floor out, that does come out, and I'm going to paint that with some non-slip Hempnal paint, I think. I'm going to varnish these, they don't need much, and then give her a general clean. I think she's fairly sound, but first, get rid of that scalpel, it's dangerous. Going to clean the mast. So many of these boats, and I may do the same. People have a dream, buy them, and then use them once or twice, and they sit there and then they sell them on. Well, I'm the man who bought it, so the first thing, and is clear off some of this old green. That's a bit of fun. Paid a princely sum of £100 for the entire boat and trailer and everything. So what is there to lose other than a bit of time? The green soon comes off. Look. Just with a scouring pad, not much effort. The mast is surprisingly light. Quality bit of kit really, this mast. I don't know what that would cost on its own, but there we are. All came well. She's coming up nicely. Got called in for me fish pie tea, which is fitting on a boat. So we'll carry on this another day. The nice thing about these GP14s is there's not much in them, not much to renovate. So first thing I'm doing, or one of the first things, not first thing, I'm taking the seats out and I'm taking the top of there so I can get the tiller board out, not the tiller board, the centre board, to give those a good old sand down and a varnish. Got most of the screws, they're quite good quality stainless, might leave those on, we'll see. Got those bits of wood out and they're not too bad a nick, just set to and give it a bit of an old clean. Just some soapy water. And then indoors scrub thing for the kitchen, that'll annoy her. This morning we're back doing some work on the GP14 sailing dinghy, which is going to set the sand down and sort of varnish some of the woodwork. There's not many items, but it's in a state that could do with some varnish. There's the mast and the boom there. So the first thing we do is clear up the mess in my workshop, which is horrendous. There it is. So we've got to clear that table there so I can get my stuff on the varnish on that table. Right, so I've sanded one of the seat slats. I'm just going to use this no-nonsense trade yacht varnish from Screw Fix. I've used it before and it's okay. And a cheap old brush, so what could go wrong? This is the underneath, so I'm going to do that first. Turn it over and then do the top, so that way I can do the whole thing in one drying session. 2 to 3 coats I reckon they'll need. This old yacht varnish is going on well with this cheap old brush. I think the secret is to keep the coats thin and let them dry, and it's a long while for this to dry. It is the right sort of weather, but that needs a good 12 to 16 hours for that to dry, but personally it just takes time. And I'm impatient. Got on quite well with the varnish and the sanding on the little GP14 wooden parts. So we've got all this lot drying now. All had the first coat of varnish and been sanded and prepped. Good enough for me. It's not perfect, but I don't do perfect. So we've got that lot drying. Still sticky, but by the morning I reckon I can get a second one on that. And our hazelnut tree, the hazelnuts are ready, and the squirrel is already having half of them. Look at that lot on the decking, gutty thing. Still, as my auntie says, he's got to eat something. Walnuts. The other job we're doing with our good old trusty bit of Gorilla Glue, the tiller handle seems to have these incredibly thin bits on the edge, and of course they've become delaminated, and I'm gluing them there with the 1,000,001 clamps. So about to do the other side of them. And that'll do today on the little GP14. I've also varnished what I'm going to just call as the background things, and flies have got on it. And I've done the wood around here, varnished that, and the centre bit, because I want to get the seats and the support in, because that's wobbly, before I try and take the centre board out. So I've done around there, so she's gradually getting there. I'm not going to do a brilliant job, because at the end of the day It's just a try, and if I like it, who knows what I might get. Thanks for watching this first episode in the GP14. Oh, I did also buy, I can't remember if I covered it, I bought a proper launching trailer. Far better than the one that came on. The one that came on will probably be alright, but I managed to pick that up in Stowmarket, which is only 4 miles away from me, for 225 quid. Shikwi.